Yo, what's going on, boys? It's Ryan Johnson here. At the age of 22, I was able to build my dream life here in Miami, Florida, make a whole bunch of money, live a good life. What does it matter? All because of high ticket fitness coaching. I got into the coaching space 2 years ago. I sold just like regular ticket coaching, like the average accountability coach, for 17 months. And even with 130,000 Instagram followers and 200,000 TikTok followers, I wasn't even able to crack like more than 5K a month for 17 months until I started to sell high ticket, right? I was having the same amount of clients come in. I was simply just making more money and getting them better results. And that eventually helped me even get more clients because my clients became my best marketing pieces, actually. So high ticket is the solution if you are a fitness coach, right? So if you're a fitness coach who is, kind of struggling to increase his income, maybe you're at like one, two, three, $4,000 a month, and you want to make more money, you want to get to those 10,000, 20, 30, even $40,000 a month marks organically. It's going to come down to doing high ticket coaching, which, I don't think there's a single really good video online that breaks this down because I couldn't find one forever. I'll explain in the video you're about to watch, it's a Myra board breakdown, that even when I was selling high ticket coaching, which I still do, but I'm majorly focused on helping out, coaches, my mentorship. I didn't even understand really what it was. I felt like I was just getting lucky because now, like, I feel like an expert on high ticket coaching because I've helped out so many coaches go from even zero to selling high ticket for $5,500 a pop. My best client, Ari, he came to me at 0 a month, and now he's selling $5,500 1-year coaching packages. It's insane. So in today's video, I have a Myra board presentation where I'm gonna break down everything I know about a high ticket fitness coaching offer, really help you understand, first off, what it is, how to charge that much, but second off, how to communicate it through your content. That's the biggest thing. So how to actually make content that helps people understand your high ticket offer, right? That gets your viewers actually in debt to you to the point where they actually purchase your high ticket offer. It's a complete guide, no more yapping, and we're gonna get right into it. Now, if you like this video, there's gonna be a free course down below. This is a video out of my free course. Well, it's actually for my paid course, but I took hours, over 20 or 30 hours of content out of my free course that people pay thousands of dollars for, and I put together a free course for beginner fitness coaches. It's the first link in the description. Go ahead and click on it and join it up. It's gonna give you everything you need to make your first couple of $1,000s online. It's called PR Bootcamp. Hope to see you in there. But let's get right into this video. Let's crush the day too. Let's go, boys. All right, this is the best possible breakdown you're gonna ever hear on a high ticket fitness coaching offer. Even as somebody who got into selling high ticket fitness coaching and then helped out others do it, no one was really able to break it down and really help me understand it until I helped out dozens of men do their own high ticket offer with their own fitness coaching business. Even when I was just doing it just on my own, like, I felt like I didn't fully understand it. Looking back, I feel like I got a bit lucky with it now. But now I really understand how a high ticket offer works after helping so many men, sell high ticket fitness coaching in addition to selling it myself. You can see a bunch of payments over here. So let's get straight into it. All right. Here's the proof of high ticket. So I just want to show myself. I want to show actually somebody else. We got Swolco right here. This is before he really even started his fitness coaching business, but especially went high ticket. You'll come to find that your coaching business does even better when you sell high ticket because you get better quality clients, you get better results, and that's how you get that exponential growth inside of it. The results are everything. If you don't have amazing results, you don't have more people coming in. So all around, it really works better. You can see the stripe right here of collecting 111,000, and then the after right here hitting a $44.5 thousand a month. So what you're going to be doing is using your transformation to sell high ticket coaching. All right, low ticket is $200 to $450 a month. It's pretty much like accountability coaching. These types of coaches typically just give like a meal plan, a training program, and some basic shit that you can get through ChatGPT. All right, they're like accountability coach. A high ticket coach is really going to put a transformation package together for you. It's going to be a high quality service is the best way to think about it. Everything from the beginning of content to what's going on in the DMs to sales calls, all the way to fulfillment. It's high value and it's very tailored to a specific person. The goal here, of course, is $10,000 a month. With low ticket, you're going to need 30 clients reoccurring for around $333 a month to do that. And what comes with this is hours of fulfillment, solving lots of low-level problems too for low-level people, because Only low-level people can pay $333 a month. And then a lot of cancellations as well, I'll be honest with you. And then for let's say you're selling high ticket for like $2,500. Let's say it's a good average. Then that it really is a good average. Let's say you bring on 4 clients. That's all you need for $10,000 a month. You have more time for life and business. You're bringing on less clients. You're doing less client work. Only solving high-level problems too, because you're only going to get high-level people inside of there. And you have income safety, in my personal opinion. I think you have better income safety selling high ticket versus having a whole bunch of reoccurring. So here's the high ticket coaching objective. You want to optimize for building high value relationships with people. All right. People buy high ticket when they feel in debt to you. That's how you get that big upfront payment, is you provide so much on the front end. By the time they get on the call and they hear the price tag of $2,000, they're like, oh, that's actually quite cheap. Right. Or, oh, I'm actually in debt to you like $2,000 because you provided me so much value. You helped me out so much that I already owe you $2,000 is the best way to think about it. Now, how do you do this? Use organic content to build up enough trust and belief, and you being the perfect guide for the buyer and giving away so much value, the prospect feels in debt to you. Not in depth. In debt to you when they hop on a call with you, right? That's the way to go about it. So pretty much you're trying to build up the prospect's trust and belief battery through all of your content, through everything that happens inside the DMs once they book a call and then once they get on the call. Right? Once their trust and belief battery is green over here, it's fully filled up. That's when they purchase high ticket. All right. So it's a little bit more of a process. But once again, you make more money, you attract higher quality clients, you get better transformations. So you get even more money, more clients, better transformations. And here's a really simple breakdown of what you're doing with the content is you're talking about your pain, using content to bridge that gap to pleasure. It's really simple. We're going to go over it. So here's like a plain and simple offer, right? Here's how a plain and simple offer works. So let's start with the textbook definition of it so you really understand how a regular offer works. It's as simple as this, right? I help a specific person with a specific struggle achieve a specific outcome using a specific mechanism, a unique mechanism, right? It's really that simple, right? I help men with bad genetics achieve a Greek physique with the Hanson PR method, right? It's a plain and simple offer. That's just the headline of it. Right. So pretty much what this offer is doing is it's helping somebody understand, okay, if I'm in this current situation, right, he's calling me out, here's his offer and here's what it will help me achieve. Like that's as simple as that. Right. The offer is bridging the gap between a current situation and a desired outcome. That's how a plain and simple offer works. But here's the really in-depth breakdown to really help you understand how to do a high ticket offer through your content. Right? Because a high ticket offer isn't just the offer alone. It's not just the plain and simple offer. Once again, if the most important thing when it comes to selling high ticket is having the prospect be in debt to you before they get on the call, then that means the offer must be done through the content, right? Each piece of content needs to be an offering. It needs to provide value. It needs to bridge a gap. So you're like, they really understand how you help them out. Now, an offer just isn't this one big thing, right? You're going to have your main headline offer, but like you have hundreds of offers. There's hundreds of ways you can help somebody out, I'm sure, right? You can help them out with the nutrition, with fitness, with mindset, with accountability, with habits, with routine, with relationships. Like that's 7 offers right there, right? Now you're going to have that big offer, but through your content, you want to give away as many offers as possible. As many like, hey, I can help you out if you're here and you want to go here because I've done that, right? That's what an offer pretty much is on the micro level. So through all of your content, you want to be doing all those micro offers, but have it all leading to that one big offer. So let's break that down, right? This flow chart should help you understand it. So right here we have your offer, right? The big offer right in the middle. Over on the left here, we have struggles, experiences, and FTE stands for fuck this event. Any like really tragic event you've been through, your story and stuff like that. That's how I like to break that down. And what you're going to be doing is making a whole bunch of content talking about this, right? Because when you talk about this, you're going to attract people into your audience who are probably struggling, experiencing, and have been through similar fuck this events that you have been through, right? And the first part of your offer is finding a person who is kind of like yourself a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago, right? And on the right side over here, we have goals and direction, right? So goals are like, what have you achieved? And direction is, where are you going? And you're going to be making content about that as well. So when you attract these people in through the left side, right, they can look at the right side. They can hear about the right side. and they can see if it aligns with them, right? Because some people may come in for your diet hack video, but they don't even actually want to get in shape. Sometimes they're actually like that. So when we clearly communicate the left side and the right side, that's when people start to understand our offer, how we can actually help them out, right? They're like, oh, this person has struggled with what I'm currently struggling with. They have been through similar things. They have had a similar fuck this event, and they've achieved what I want to achieve, and they're heading in a direction in life that I want to head, right? That right there is pretty much what makes the offer, in addition to the clear process of results. Like, hey, here's actually how I help you bridge this gap, right? Once again, between left side and right side, there's a gap, and the offer fulfills that gap. The clear process of results actually helps them understand how you do that, right? I break down my 4 pillars of marketing as: who are you, right? What do you do? Why do you do it? And how do you do it? Those are my 4 pillars of marketing. If you can clearly communicate those, people will buy. So this fulfills the how. How can you actually help me out, right? And of course, we got pricing and deliverables. That's done in the sales call. The clear process of results is broken down in the content as well, right? You give away free content. That's the valuable content, right? The clear process of results is the value content. This is all connection, relatability, storytelling content, right? What you stand for, what you stand against. The clear process of results, though, you're simply just making content about, like, hey, your morning journaling, how you track your macros, what type of food you eat. Just talking about stuff like that, right? And that's how people start to understand exactly actually how your offer works. So here's a case study. Okay, I'm going to give you a case study on Swocle, so we can take this graph up here and actually make it a lot more tangible for you to understand. Okay, so here's the plain and simple offer he has, right? The offer is: I help busy adults sustainably burn fat and keep it off forever without the bullshit, right? That's his plain and simple offer right in his bio, right? And the people he's targeting, their current situation, are busy adults who are like yo-yo dieting, binge eating, out of shape, stuff like that, right? That's the situation he used to be in. He used to be a busy adult who was yo-yo dieting, binge eating, going through shit like that, right? So he's making content, trying to attract those people with that current situation in. They hear about his offer, and they see not only his desired situation, right, but also what he's helped his clients achieve and just the things he's talking about. And the desired situation here is like: get in shape, sustainably lose weight, and still enjoy favorite foods, and feel better mentally and physically like every single day, right? That's the plain and simple offer. I'm going to take you from here to here with my offer. Now, I want to start breaking the content funnel down a little, right? When it comes to attracting these people in, initially, it's done through top of funnel content, or we can call it top of funnel offerings here, right? It's a way to kind of talk about it. It's short to the point offerings pretty much. So all these videos right here are just like 5, 6, 7 seconds long, and they're going viral because they're super short. And they're quite shallow. They don't really go deep into his offer, but it's like a little ad. It's like a little headline for the offer. All right. So 6 things I do after a high calorie weekend to minimize fat gain. All right. So think about this piece of content in context of an offering, right? This is going to attract somebody in with the current situation of being, probably an adult who is maybe yo-yo dieting a bit, binge eating a bit, and he's trying to get in shape. Right? I mean, it's just through the words: high calorie weekend to minimize fat gain, right? So this would attract somebody in who probably binge eat this week, right? Maybe he yo-yo dieted this week. He went from, fasting to eating a whole bunch of food. But their goal here is to minimize fat gain. Their goal here is to get in shape. And then the offer is actually inside of the description of the video. There's like 5 key points of things he's sharing that actually tie into his unique mechanism of like the sneak it in system. Same thing here, weird things I do to not overeat part 2. If somebody read this, they're probably going to be in this current situation: yo-yo dieting, binge eating, stuff like that. And their desired situation is to get in shape, sustainably lose weight while still enjoying, the favorite foods and stuff like that. Same with this one, right? These are top of funnel offerings, right? They all tie back to that simple offer, and they're still pretty shallow. So the viewers, battery is going to be pretty low here. They're going to just get initially attracted in. They're not going to have a lot of trust and belief in your offer quite yet, but this is what initially brings people in, is the top of funnel offering. Super simple, sweet and short shit that ties into your offer. Now getting to middle funnel offerings, right? This is going to be the middle funnel reels and especially the Instagram stories. This is just a little bit longer and more in-depth offerings. You're talking about a bit more. You're getting a bit more specific. You're breaking it down a bit more, right? And these are best done through stories and middle funnel Instagram reels, like I said. And this is going to really charge the viewer's battery up just a little bit more. They're going to have a little bit more trust and belief and understanding of this simple offer right here. All right. So these maybe aren't the best examples, but these are just some stories I pulled from him. So one right here, like staying shredded while traveling. Right. So now he's actually talking for a minute straight, 60 seconds straight about actually how his offer works. Right. If you are in this current situation where you're about to travel and you don't want to yo-yo diet or binge eat, and lose your progress in the gym, right? And you want to, stay in shape, sustainably and stay in shape, feel better mentally and physically, even while traveling, maybe even get in better shape. Here's what to do. Here's the offer, right? Here's the value I can provide to you. All right. And he's talking for 60 seconds straight, which is a lot longer than this top of funnel offering, right? The top of funnel offering brings somebody initially in, and the middle of funnel offering, now we're getting more in depth, right? We're filling that battery up. Now coming to bottom of funnel offering, these are full-fledged guides breaking down specifically his offer. All right. Now that people have seen that middle of funnel, they're eventually going to come to bottom of funnel, which can be done through Reels, right? But it's going to be best done through long form YouTube videos, right? Now you get the viewer's attention for a full 10, 20, maybe even 30 minutes long, and you can really break down your offer now. So we got 8 key rules to get under 15% body fat. The offer here is that exact title. And when you click on the video, he's going to call out the viewer's current situation. Hey, if you're a busy adult who wants to get in shape and you've been binge eating a little, you've been yo-yo dieting, hey, here's 8 key rules that will help you out, that will help you get under 15% body fat. And then he's going to talk for 15 minutes about pretty much how he can help somebody out about his offer. And that's going to really, really, really fill the viewer's battery up. Now they have a lot more trust and belief in his ability to actually help them out. And he provided a whole bunch of value. Same with this video, same with that video, if that makes sense. All right. You're getting a lot more in depth, providing a lot more value. And an offer, bro, literally it's just this. It's like, here's how I can help you out. That's it. That's all an offer is. Here's how I can help you out. That's it. The more in depth you go into how you can help somebody out, the better they understand your offer, the more trust and belief they have about your offer. It's as simple as that. So here's a more in-depth case study even, right? So all this content brings people in, and we want them to get them to watch like the VSL eventually, which the VSL is where we get really strategic and really specific with our offer. So ours offer is, pretty much how to get in shape working in a 9-to-5 office job. It's helping busy adults sustainably burn fat and build muscle without the bullshit. That's why this makes sense. How to get in shape working 9-to-5. Busy adult wants to get in shape, no bullshit guy. So I help office working adults get in shape by sneaking in little lifestyle tweaks so it's easy and sustainable. That's the plain offer here. Over on the left here, like inside the video, when we're speaking to struggles, when we're talking about his experience, when we're talking about his fuck this event, this is pretty much what he's saying. Yo-yo dieting on restrictive and unrealistic diets. Like in the first part of that video, in the first 5-10 minutes, that's the struggle he's speaking to. If you're a busy adult who's been yo-yo dieting on these restrictive and unrealistic diets, like listen up, this video's for you. Talks about his experience, right? In the first 5 minutes of that video, he gets really personal, really in depth about his own personal experience and why he's making this video. He's like, 4 or 5 months ago, I got this office job. I was super busy and I was getting out of shape because of it, and I couldn't really figure it out. And I was struggling to, get in shape on these restrictive and unrealistic diets. And I wasn't really seeing results, right? And that's him talking about his struggle and his experience. And then he talks about his fuck this event. And then one day I looked in the mirror and I saw how fat I got, and I was like, oh no, this can't happen, right? And then he starts talking about his goals and his direction, what he's achieved and where he's going, right? But I wanted to get in shape sustainably, and I still wanted to eat my favorite foods while doing this. And so I found the sneak it in system, the sneak it in lifestyle, and then the clear process of results. And here's how it works. If you go watch that video, 15 minutes in, he has this full-fledged Miro board that breaks down exactly how his offer works, right? Now that's the really full-fledged VSL that really breaks down the offer. Now, when a viewer comes into that top of funnel offerings, they watch the middle of funnel, and now they get to the bottom of funnel. Maybe they watch a couple of them, but especially they watch this one, like that battery is super charged up. They have high trust and belief inside of your offer. And then really where you wrap it up is the perfect fit pitch on the call. And so you get one of those prospects actually booking a call with you. They watch all the content. Their batteries are super high, but what really gets them over that line to finally purchase that 2.5, that 3.5, even sometimes that $5,000 fitness coaching package is the perfect fit pitch. Now I break this down inside of my sales training. my sales framework. If you're on YouTube, that's over on YouTube. If you're inside of the program, that's inside of the program. It's called the sales call framework. So the perfect fit pitch is really simple. It's where like you get done with the sale, and when you get to closing, you simply say, hey, you're a perfect fit for my coaching. And then you really tailor it in for them. Not just because you're a busy adult who wants to get in shape. I mean, that's what I'm the best at, but specifically because, and that's when you speak specifically to their struggle, to their experience, and the goals that they have and the direction they want to head in. Right? You're a perfect fit because of all of this. Right? And now the offer is perfect. They can't find it anywhere else. And that's when they pay in full and you get these $6,000 days with high ticket fitness coaching. It really is that simple. It takes some time to build up there. Yes, you're going to have to start off slow with the $250 a month, with maybe the $500 a month and stuff like that. But once you start to really build up those testimonials, really build out your content system, that's when you can pitch those 2.5, the 3.5, the $5,000 paid in fulls for your coaching program. Hopefully that helps you out. It's like, it just comes down to that at the end of the day, right? It's just like going into a direction with your content long enough, right? Actually talking about shit that you can actually help people out with, right? You don't pick your niche is you. And what that simply means is like your niche is like the problems you can solve for people. That's it. Only make content about the problems you can solve for people, right? Because then you can really solve them. You can really make good content, helping people understand that like, hey, I can actually help you bridge this gap. And once you do that enough through top of funnel, through middle of funnel, through bottom of funnel, and through that perfect fit pitch, you charge the prospect's battery up to a point where they're like, this is perfect. I'm ready to pay. Doesn't matter what it costs. Can't find this anywhere else. And that's how you get somebody to actually send over that $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, right? Like after a 1 hour call, that's it. And I'm making that because some people just don't get it. Some people don't understand it. It really is that simple, but all the work is done on the front end. Right, the work isn't done on the back end. The prospect needs to be pretty much pre-sold before the call, right? They need to pretty much be in debt to you before they get on the call. So everything's done over on the front end. Give all the value away, right? Give it all away. Make sure your free content is changing somebody's life alone. If your free content isn't changing somebody's life alone, then why would they ever buy your paid shit is the best question. They're never going to buy your paid shit. So put your best foot forward when it comes to your free content. Use this diagram right here to really help you understand how the offer works, right? Talk to the specific struggles you can help out, share your experience, share your fuck this event, make content about that, show what you've achieved, talk about what you achieved, and talk about the direction you're heading in life inside of your content. And then also share a clear process of results. That's everything that encapsulates an offer. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.